Hello and welcome. It is time. Yeah. Is boop? No boop today. Thanks. Thank you. That was the most reluctant boop she's ever given me. What's going on in there? You can see some babies in there. Maybe they're really tiny. Anyway, hi, hello, welcome. There's not too much going on at the moment. I'll be checking Junemo's teeth tomorrow because it'll be 2 weeks since her appointment, and hopefully they look fine. But the main thing of this vlog is intros. I gotta do intros. I gotta. I know I gotta. I don't wanna, but I gotta. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, it's not that bad. Once you get through it, it's fine. It's like, you don't understand my brain. You don't understand my brain. But we'll be doing intros tomorrow, which means I am currently soaking the little green cage in vinegar, Dawn dish soap, and water. I have it sitting in the bathtub. I'm gonna go hose it off in a minute or two just because I don't want the vinegar to actually dry on the bars and have it permanently smell like vinegar, because Cappy can't stand the smell. There's reasons. It's fine. But yeah, we're gonna be doing intros, and as usual, I'm gonna be taking you guys along. Hi. And I do want to do intros now because Lamb and Suitor are 2 years and 2 months old, and they're getting kind of creaky. You know what I mean? Like, they're still spry, they're still happy, but they're also, I can see their age. I can see it creeping up, especially on Lamb. Suitor is just kind of, I hate saying this because I know I'm going to get some criticism for it, but like, she's very chunky. She is like, unfortunately overweight. And the thing with that is, it's just how she is. She was chunky before she got spayed. The spay didn't help, genetically speaking. The 5 rats I got from this breeder are kind of like genetic nightmares in some ways. And for her and Joja, that means being very, very overweight. And Lamb is a little overweight. Curtains and Junimo were always fine. Again, Curtains died pretty young, so I don't know how she'd be now. But yeah, they're otherwise fine. They're getting creaky. It's the best way I can think of describing it, is I can see the age just kind of creeping in on them. So I want to do it now before they get so old that it's going to be like hard on them. Because right now they're fine. I'm worried what the stress is gonna do, just because like Lamb has a sensitive respiratory system, and so does Snail. She's got a pretty sensitive respiratory system, so I'm worried that someone's going to end up with a respiratory infection. But I gotta do it, and I know I gotta do it because I don't want to end up with another situation where I have a lone rat and I have to figure out, I have to scramble to find them company, and then I'm like in a pressure cooker trying to make sure they don't die alone. And like, I end up in that situation, unfortunately, frequently. Because it happened with Humdrum, it happened with Sailor, it happened with Baker. It's just not a situation I necessarily want to be in. It's probably going to happen with Junimo and Joja because of Joja's attitude. So like, I'm going to try the babies I get with them again, because it's like, I'll know in 10 minutes whether or not Joja's going to, be Joja about it, or if it's going to work out. But there's a very good chance that there's a very good chance I'm gonna have to figure her out. But that's tomorrow's problem. Today's problem is current interest. Alright, so we're a few minutes in already, Snail. Already. Oh my god. Look at her. Oh my god. We're a few minutes in. They're starting to settle down a little bit. It's going fine so far, but again, it's only been a few minutes. Suitor seems the most agitated, though her fur no longer looks puffy. It was puffy a second ago, like normal agitation puffiness, not like Silvermane fur doesn't always lay completely flat, and sometimes it can make them look puffy when their fur is just funny. So yeah, we're a couple minutes in. Everyone was real excited. They kept sniffing Suitor's left ear, which was a little weird for me. I wonder if something's going on in there. I'm gonna have to take a look. Let me out, mother. Let me out. Look at you. You're so precious. But yeah, they seem to calm down a little bit. Nothing concerning so far. Gummy, who's this one? She's the one with her paw on the bar, was trying to pin Suitor a bit, but they seem to completely be fine with Lamb, which means maybe Suitor's the alpha of the two of them, which wouldn't necessarily surprise me because Suitor, they're both pretty submissive, but Suitor lately has been a little bit more attitude-y than Lamb has. But yeah, here's where we are right now. I am stressed. I can hear it in my voice. I don't know if you can. But yeah, the one I was most concerned about, which was Blooper, didn't even get puffy. She seems completely unbothered by them. So hopefully all goes well. It is currently 1:40, and if they do really well in here, I'm not opposed to moving them up a stage tonight into the blue cage, which is up there. I have to clean it and everything, but I'm not opposed to moving them up there tonight. That one, most recently, Irving and Blooper were in that one. So I'll have to very, very, very carefully clean it to make sure that none of their scent's in it, just to be sure. Although right now, everyone seems okay. Like, they've been all over each other, and, like, Suitor's not happy, but she's not puffy anymore. So, like, I'm gonna try and breathe a little, try to calm down a little. And yeah, hopefully everything continues to go okay so far. Keep your fingers crossed, y'all. Alright, we're still on day 1 of intros, but they're doing really good. And so I thought we'd move them up. There's been lots of cuddling. Everyone seems really happy together. Well, as happy as a bunch of angry rats can be. So let's do this. Hi guys. I'm gonna look at your ear real quick. Come here. No, don't hide from me. Don't hide from me. It looks fine. Y'all just being weird. Y'all being weirdos. Can really tell which ones love me more.
Who?
The two that came to the door.
Oh. Do they love you or do they love freedom?
They love me. Yeah, I can hear some of them making noise already. Hopefully that clears up on its own. Here we go. And Kathy has graciously given up her table for this, so make it worthwhile, girls. More space, wow.
If they're good, they'll get their hammock.
Yeah, in the morning, provided everything's going good, they'll get the hammock. And then I'll give them, yeah, you stick that tail back in there. There's a cat here. And then they'll get the preview tomorrow around 7 as well. Which means I'll be making tacos on my own, but that's okay.
We could switch it.
Oh, are you okay?
There's a gnat flying around.
But yeah, much like every intro, there's just so much cleaning involved. So I did this one today, I did this one yesterday, I did that one today. Preview will be tomorrow, and I have to remove all their wood items, and I'm gonna soak and scrub all the wood. And then I have to do the single story probably on Wednesday, because they'll probably be moving into it on Wednesday if they're still doing as well as they're doing, which we're not gonna rush it. We have a little bit more space now, so then maybe they'll get a little annoying. But if all goes well, they might be in the big cage by Thursday.
Does one of us have to stay home on Thursday?
No, I wouldn't put them in until we got back.
Okay.
So, fine. But yeah, they're very active, as you can see. Oh, they're water. They're wubby. Bad mom, I almost forgot. There you go. Yeah. And they're on Cappy's table because I was the dum-dum and I started my 18,000 piece puzzle, which is on my table.
That's alright.
But yeah. Yeah, now that I mentioned at the beginning of the video that some of them have sensitive respiratories. So I'm hearing noise. Hopefully it goes away once they're in the big cage. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow morning once I've added a hammock, unless Cappy does a clip tonight when they're in her room.
We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed pretty soon, but I wanted to get a little footage of them all piled together, and it's everyone but Suitor. If you can tell, that's Lamb on the top, trying to squeeze her way into what is 4 rats basically pointed towards the corner on top. Well, I guess 3 rats point towards the corner on top of 1 rat, just trying to sleep. The camera will not focus, but I think you get the idea. Oh, did I let you in? What about you, Suitor? Oh. I think she's just gonna cuddle her sister. For most of the night, the 2 groups have been separated, which I thought was weird because they were all cuddling together in a little cage. There hasn't been any fighting or anything, so it's not for any kind of aggression. I think they just are strangers, maybe. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep keeping an eye on them and see if anything changes. So far, pretty good, but it'd be better if they were all cuddled up more. Oh. Okay, they're finally a little more settled. We have 3 over here and 3 over here. I don't think they like my room very much because they just kind of wouldn't really calm down for the most part, except for Suitor and Lamb, which they did calm down pretty much immediately, but the other 4 just were not into it. And even now you can see, like, I don't think she's sleeping. They're all sleeping though, but still no fights or anything. Not incredibly restful, but you know, hopefully when Sarah puts a hammock in, they'll all cuddle together in it. I'm not necessarily worried about them because we have 1 over here and they're all touching and stuff. So I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm hoping they don't turn into little demons when I turn the lights out. That tends to be the pattern when I'm babysitting rats, is the second I turn the light out, they go crazy. So really hoping that doesn't happen to me. I don't know how well this is gonna come out, but oh no, oh, I ruined her potato. I just wanted to capture her perfect little potato. Oh, I'm so sorry. I blew it. I blew it. I blew it. I'm sorry. I snarfed it. I snarfed it. I'm so sorry. Okay. I did not realize the light came on when you did videos. That seems like an update I might have missed. But as you can see, I turned my lights out and then immediately started running around. No one's asleep anymore. Everyone's tweaked. I hope that they calm down because I'd like to go to bed now. But all I hear is them rustling around there. It's making me nervous. No one's squeaking or anything, so I think they're just unpleasantly surprised at the sudden darkness. But, you know. Oh. Just go to sleep so I can go to sleep. You know? Just cut me a break.
All right. It is currently 6:52 in the morning, and I just retrieved these girls from Cappy's bedroom. For those of you who don't know, Cappy watches them at night during intros and when they have surgery, just to make sure that they're doing good, because she stays up way later than I do. Like, she was up till like 3, I think, and it's now 6:50 in the morning, so they don't spend very much time alone when they don't need to be alone. And I have retrieved them, and since they've been doing so good, they've got a hammock. Not even 24 hours into intros, they've got a hammock, which a lot of you might be like, oh, that's not a big deal. My rats do that all the time. My rats are not nice, so it's a big deal for me because they're doing amazing. So yeah, here's where we are. I tried a flat hammock again, which I'm nervous about because my rats do tend to rip these open, and I am worried they're going to do that and then sleep inside of it and then hurt themselves trying to get out of it. But I am just going with the flow for the time being. And the thing with the hammock is their happiness increases by like 50% the second they get a hammock. So like we've just been kind of waiting for this moment, me and Cappy. She was advocating real hard for me to give them one last night. But I didn't want to, just in case they do tear a hole in it and go sleep inside. I wanted to be there for that, just in case. You know, I've mentioned it before with my rat Foggy. She actually injured her back doing that. Like they tore a hole in the hammock, they were sleeping inside of it, and then she crawled out and she tweaked her back and paralyzed half her tail. So like I don't want to you know, I'm a paranoid mom. The chances of that happening again are slim. But if it does happen, I want to be here for it. So yeah, here's where we are at. And then later this morning, I'm going to clean out the preview, get it set up, because if they continue to do well, in about 6 hours, 7 hours, I will move them up into the preview and they'll spend the night in the preview, which means tomorrow, which is Wednesday, today's Tuesday, yesterday was Monday, which means tomorrow they might have the single story Critter Nation for the day. I like them to spend at least the night in the larger cages because I want them to like really, really bond. But yeah, they're doing fantastic, and hopefully they'll settle in and actually go to sleep in the hammock in a minute. But yeah, hopefully, hopefully they'll be in the preview like around 1 or 2 today. 2 at the latest. I'm preferring much more 1. But yeah, I have to get some stuff cleaned as well. So I have to clean all their wood items and the single story and the 2-story and soak all the wood and plastic and ropes and stuff. So, you know, I've mentioned it before, I'll say it again. There's so much cleaning with intros. All right, I've moved them up to the preview. They have 1 rope and 1 ledge. The rope's pretty small, but they are utilizing it. And they'll definitely utilize the ledge as well. I'm sitting in my chair, and that is why I'm rocking, and I'm sorry. Anyway, I moved them just a few minutes ago, and I'm just sitting back, letting them get used to the new cage without me hovering. But they did pretty good. They did separate for a little bit when I first put the hammock in, but before I moved them up in here, they had been all piled in the hammock, sleeping together without a problem. And Suitor seemed like particularly interested in Irving, as you could see. She was snuggling with her for quite a bit, so like the 2 of them might develop a little friendship, which is super cute. But yeah, they're in there right now. As you can see, the babies have, oh, Suitor, a ton of energy. You can do it, Suits. Oh my god. Oh, and I don't know if you can tell, but you can still see like the evidence of Blooper's spay. Her fur on her stomach just isn't, like, it's grown back, but it just like doesn't look the same as the rest of the fur. Probably because she's a Rex and it just hasn't had time to like fully grow in. But yeah. Oh, there's Lamb on the shelf. Can you get that hammock from there, babe? Excellent. That was my goal with that shelf and with the rope, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully they'll continue to do well. I'm going to be cleaning all their wood items today. And tomorrow I'll probably clean both the single story and the 2-story. I'll get the single story set up. The 2-story I'll just leave until... You good, guys? I'll just leave until it's time to put them in. But yeah, I'm hoping this water bottle works a little bit better, because I've had these like little teeny tiny water bottles. I think they're like 4 ounces or something. I've had them since we moved 2 years ago, and I've never had an issue with them, other than if you don't tighten them the right way, they do leak. But it's very rare. I'm very careful with them, so I never really had an issue with them, except like after 24 hours, that's all they drank. And I know these babies, they go through water like nobody's business. So I feel like they might not have been getting very much water from that one. So I'm hoping this one works a little bit better. But I'm not too worried about it. They have like a lot of moisturizing food, so I'm not like deeply concerned. But yeah. All right, I will see you when I am probably scrubbing the hell out of these wooden ledges. Yeah, look at the 2 of them. Oh, look at my babies. Look at them. Oh, my old lady and my baby. Oh. They're so precious. They're so precious. Look at them. Oh, Suitor. I'm also hoping that the babies will help Suitor lose a little bit of weight. I'm not like too hopeful, but you know, a girl can dream. All right, I moved them up a stage. So I decided to just give them a third of the Critter Nation. That's like roughly half or double the size of the preview, because I didn't really feel like having to clean the single story twice, and Cappy pointed out that would be pointless and tedious.
Sure.
So I decided to do this instead. And they've been in there 30 minutes? What time is it?
33 minutes.
33 minutes. They've been in there for 33 minutes. And so far, nothing to report. This is the most boring intro video I've ever done. And honestly, thank God for that.
A little reprieve.
Yeah. So yeah, tomorrow, provided all goes well, I'll move them up again. I'm hoping I don't have to change that hammock. The hammock they had yesterday was, as I told Cappy, it needs to be soaked in holy water.
Biohazard.
It's a biohazard. So, yeah, it looks like they're all kind of crowding into the hammock now. I just fed them and I gave them some suppies. So let's see how the night goes. Hi, Liam. You're being such a good girl. Yeah. They're all being such good girls. They could sense that Mama needed this one. All right, so here is where we are with intros. So I left them in the third or 2/3 of the Critter Nation for 2 nights because we had a little incident, nothing major by any means, but basically down here, this ledge I had lower and I had the water ball over here. And to me, that wasn't a big deal, but basically what happened is Suitor viewed that as like full head coverage. So every time she was getting tense or nervous, she just ran under there. And then when the babies followed her, because the babies love her, she was getting even more tense and feeling cornered. And it did lead to her lashing out. And the second I realized what was happening, I did correct it. But I left them in here for 2 nights just to make sure that everything was going to be fine. And, no more incidences happened. They were sleeping together very happily in the hammock every time I checked on them. So I decided to go ahead and open up the cage fully. As you can tell, it's very empty still because I'm not going to fill it up immediately, especially since we did have an incident. But yeah, so they've been in this cage. They've been in the full cage, I'd say about 30-ish minutes. I fed them, so they're eating, they're happy. They're gonna probably run around for like a full hour because that's typically what happens when you give them the big cages. They just run around all over the place. So yeah, I'll probably just leave them to it for a bit. I'm gonna stay out here just to monitor them. But yeah, the part of intros, my cat, she needs attention. The part of intros where they're in their main cage and you can't just take them everywhere with you is like one of the most stressful for me. But yeah, the only real issue is Suitor, because she's just a grumpy old lady. She's right there, my grumpy old lady. Lamb has not been a single problem because she, a lot of times when rats get old, they either get really grumpy like Suitor or they just get really, really happy like Lamb. And I can tell Lamb is just loving this. She loves all of her friends. She's so happy to have her full cage, but she's just happy. So she's just like a really happy little rat and she's loving this. She loves having a big group. So hopefully everything continues to go well. I'll do this stuff very slowly, probably every other day. I'll add something. Oh, it's okay, Lamb. It's okay, Suitor. Just, there you go. They're getting used to the new layout. They'll be okay. But yeah. So yeah, I think this is actually where I'll leave it. I don't think I'll do a rat roundup since this video was just about intros, basically. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. All the stuff down below. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye! Okay, so probably surprising no one, me included, things did not stay this harmonious. So they had 0 issues until they got into the main cage, and then they had that incident with Suitor that I told you about. And then that night, later this day, from after I had filmed, another incident between Suitor and several of the babies cropped up, where it was after I had fed them. She was just poofy, she was angry, she started several altercations. And so I had to walk back on intros and kind of rethink how I was doing things, because even though they were doing fine, and the thing with this intro is like it's never as cut and dry as you want it to be. So like they were cuddling in their cage, they were cuddling in their hammock all together in a big pile, but when they were out of the hammock, Suitor was sometimes, and not even all the time, but sometimes just very, very angry. So I unfortunately had to rethink how I was doing intros, kind of walk them back a bit, and I'll get more into that in my next video. So this will be a 2-part intro video, and unfortunately that's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes rats do not behave the way you want them to, and that is okay. But we are still in the process of doing intros, and I will happily continue taking you guys along and showing the process and my thoughts and everything along those lines. So anyway, I'll do the outro again. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. All the fun stuff down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!